We're really glad to have you here. Why don't we start with a few questions first? What is your name, your book title, and its genre?
My name is Heather Lutz, and the book title is One World United, and it's a sci-fi.
Oh, sci-fi. And in one sentence, how would you summarize your book?
Politically inclined.
I see. And by that, if you could choose what takeaway readers had from your writing, what would you hope it would be?
That not all politically inclined incentives to make life better actually makes life better.
I see. That's an interesting topic for readers. So, what do you think your readers would like most about your writing?
I think they'll like the strong female character. The female character I have is not completely independent. She does depend on other people, which is important because I think every woman has to have their safety net, the people they go to for support and the people that help guide her. And this female character of mine, she's very, very strong and she can handle things by herself, but she chooses not to. She has her base of people and she relies on them as well.
I do like that. That sense of empowerment is definitely something that a lot of your female readers are definitely going to like. And I actually had another question. How would you describe the process for writing OWU? Was it difficult?
Well, I tried typing a lot of it, but what happened was I was just editing the same chapter for like 6 months. So I went back to handwriting, which gave me enough time to think of every word after that I wanted to that was impactful, and I ended up finishing the book relatively quickly once I did that. So mostly handwriting and then typing as my second edit.
Oh, yeah, I definitely get that. That sense of like having it physically written down does help the process make it a lot easier.
Yes.
Something like that?
Absolutely.
And in terms of writing, like what actually inspired you to write this book?
So this was actually a 3-day dream I had where I started off with the dream, woke up, went to work, went back to bed that night, and picked up right where I left off for 3 days straight. And by the end of it, I had the entire story. So it was kind of interesting. And then so writing it, I had to figure out how did I get to this next part, So it was really interesting. The entire book was already given to me in a dream.
Oh, it's really fascinating, honestly. And you can just say that like it was given to you, but it's still a part of you as you like reinforce that.
And I tried not to write it, actually. I'm like, it was just a crazy dream. But every time I stopped writing it, I started dreaming it again. And eventually it just came to me. I was like, I have to write this down. This story needs to be told.
And with that, like what was the most difficult part of writing it then?
Figuring out the scary without it being too out there. I wanted you to be able to feel the characters going, oh my gosh, what do I do next? How do I get out of this? And that apprehension, every woman gets that feeling where their shoulders go up and they're like, I don't know what to do next. And this part of it was not so much, a personal, what do I do next, but how do I save the people that are with me?
Right. And without any spoilers, I do know that the book does have a very complicated situation for our characters. How do you think it'll end up?
So I think eventually good will prevail. I think that politics will always be politics, and there'll always be good and bad in that. But I do think there'll be some saving graces. And I do think that the people that had situated the scenario to begin with will see the fault in their ways and realize how humanity is important, how every life matters, and not just one over the other.
That's a really good way of putting it. Are you excited for your first book?
I'm very excited. I can't wait for people to read it.
Hey, thank you for answering all of our questions, Heather. It was really nice to meet you.
It was nice to meet you.
I'm really excited for One World United.
Thank you. Me too.